Jeremy with Passion Reptiles. I haven't made a video in a while, and I'm shipping a couple packages out today, so I figured I'd make a quick video of how I package everything up. I'm sure you guys may have seen it before, you may have shipped out yourself before. I'm just going to take you through how I do it. Got everything laid out and ready here. First off, I have a bunch of these printed up. You'll see where this goes later, but I print one of these up. I ship through Ship Your Reptiles. Seem to save a little bit more money that way. I'm going to cover up the addresses here, but I print up 2 shipping labels. You'll see why. So I got two of the shipping labels, and then I already have these stickers print up. It just says, "Attention FedEx agent, all pro shipping is approved. FedEx shipper to a residence," and has the reptile amphibian waiver on there, so if FedEx has any questions, they can hopefully see that. I also add a perishable sticker to it, just so they know. I'm sure they already know what the box it's going in. Other things I need some scissors, tape, electric tape, zip tie. This time of year, I live in Nebraska, it's colder, so I'm using heat packs. These are the heat packs I use. I usually get them ready about a half hour before I start boxing up. I got set aside here already broken up and starting to warm up already. So I know that it warms up before it leaves. Snake bag. This is a typical box I'll ship hatchlings. I've shipped up to 4 in a box, but 7 by 7 by 6. And then I've switched over to these 2-piece boxes. They seem to work out a lot nicer. It takes a lot less time for me to get them ready. They do take up more space here though. Anyways, I already got a box taped up here, so I don't have to show you that whole thing. Pretty sure you guys know how to tape a box, but I'll show you what I did. I basically just run a piece of tape along here, and then I run tape along that seam and along that seam, and fold it in half over the edge. Then I'll take my styro here and I stick it in, and I just grab my snake hook I have around here and I poke 2 holes, 1 in each side. I've already poked the holes, but 1 in each side, just like that. Every box gets that same procedure. I don't change it up for any different weather or anything. And then the box is ready to start preparing for the other stuff. Heat pack, always throw on the bottom. Here's what I do. Got the heat pack here. Heat rises, so I just figure it best to put it in the bottom. If I put it at the top and the heat stays up there, what was the point in the heat pack? And we'll put a couple pieces of tape on each side. I actually have a tape gun, but I'm out of tape for it, so I gotta use this crappy thing. And then the tape's gonna... A couple pieces of tape on each side. And then I tape it to the bottom. Make sure it's good and secure in there so it doesn't get knocked around. You always want to keep this red stripe exposed. Don't cover it up with tape. And then I'll just crumple up some newspaper. I usually, that wasn't supposed to happen that way, but I usually just tear a couple of tears, just like that. Crinkle up some balls, shove them in there so the snake can be elevated and not directly on the heat. And there's still plenty of spaces for the heat to come up through and keep the snake warm. So that we got that part. Sometimes I use shredded paper. I don't have any right now. And then I just take, what I do with my scissors, I don't use the drawstring on the bags. They get in the way to me. I don't like them. People that want to reuse my bags when they get them, you don't get a string. And I'll mark what's going on it in here sometimes. Usually if I ship more than one. This is only one snake I'm shipping to in this particular box. But I'll mark it anyway. Say pastel calico male. So I got that part. I'll go grab the snake really quick. Of course, he's in shed right now. He's a little bit lower white pastel calico, but he's pretty nice. He does have a small paradox mark. Doesn't mean anything. I just think it's unique. There's a clean belly. And this one's going to Jo. I'm sure she'll really like him. I just put it in the bag. Usually we get a small piece of crinkled up paper in there. Sometimes I forget. If you get a box without it, it's not going to kill a snake. I don't put a lot in there. I just literally put a tiny little piece in there because it was something security to wrap onto. Then zip tie it. As tight as I can. And I'll use the scissors and I cut about 1/2 inch up. That way I'm still able to wrap it around with the tape. If you cut it right on, it just pokes through the tape. Extra security, I do add tape. Anyone that's received a package of mine probably got really annoyed with trying to open up their snake bag, but I want to make sure the snake's not getting out on its way. Never know, them zip ties may get weak, or it might have a weak one and it just strips out. So we'll wrap some electric tape around it. I just fold that up like this. Just take the top and I fold it down like this. Don't ask me why, I just do weird stuff, I guess. But then I just set it in the bag like this. And there's still some space here. I don't want the snake knocking around. So, you know, I'll grab a little bit more newspaper, tear it up. And we'll just make sure he gets in here nice and snug. Not too snug. You don't want to squish the snake. But we don't want him knocking around either. And then we get our lid here. And the lid goes on. And that snake is in the box ready to go. I don't tape it shut yet. That's where this comes into play. This is like if the label were to accidentally get stripped off the box, or FedEx had a question about it, they could open up the box and this will be right on top. And that's why I print out, oh sorry, I didn't mean to show your address. If I did, I'll blur it out on the video. But anyway, that's why I print out 2 shipping labels, because I'll literally just put one of the shipping labels on this going directly inside the box. So say this first label comes off and they open up the box, they'd be like, oh, okay, this might be where it's going. It has my phone number, it has their phone number. Any issues, they get a hold of me right away. It's another reason I throw in my business card, not just for the people receiving it, but for FedEx too. That's in there, they can see that, contact me if they need to. But I'll make sure the live reptiles, harmless reptiles, is facing up. I usually just put my business card underneath. And with these smaller boxes, you kind of have to fold it over, but it's in there. And that's the wrong way. You just close this up. Just get a small piece of tape these boxes don't seem to hold down very well while you're trying to tape them with them crappy tape guns. So just so I can do that, just so it's held down so I can get it good and tight. And then again, I'll go along the seams this way, tape halfway on it, fold it down. Same thing on the other side. And then sometimes I'll come down too far with the tape on the sides, like I did right here, where I poked the hole. So I just poke through that, make sure the hole's exposed. And right here, these boxes have labeled contents, so I just write on there, ball python. If there's more than one, I'll write that there's more than one. Nothing secretive here. The way I go about it's legal, so I ain't worried about anything. If they have a problem, they'll contact me. And then what I do is, I am a certified FedEx shipper too, so that's how I got these. I just choose to use Ship Your Reptiles because I save more money through them. But I just take one of these stickers off. And put it right on there. And one of these FedEx notification of the reptile waiver. A lot of people have them. I need to get bigger stickers for them so I can make them a little bit bigger, but right now, I mean, it's readable. Maybe not on my crappy camera here, but it's readable on here. And then on the shipping label, you never want these barcodes to be folded over an edge on a smaller box. I work for the post office, I've worked for UPS, and my last job we did shipping. That's one thing that irritates, because that's over like that, they can't scan that. They have to type in the numbers. And these guys are doing us a good thing here by shipping these reptiles for us. And right now FedEx is all we reliably have. So we don't want to upset them. We'll just follow what they want. And I did it once, just not thinking about it. And I understand their concern. And that's why I always poke the holes on these sides where the line is down, because on these smaller boxes the label literally folds over the side. But I do it right on that line so none of the barcodes are affected by that. That's pretty much it. Then I take it and drop it off to FedEx. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, I highly recommend, if you're shipping reptiles, to ship through ShipYourReptiles.com. They're great people. They've always been willing to help me out if I've ever had any problems. They set up pickup times if you need pickup. I drop off everything because our FedEx here, that's about a half hour away from me, doesn't close till 8, so I like to get them out the door as late as I can, and they don't pick up that late out here. So I usually leave here at like 7 and they get dropped off at 7:30. Less time they're out. Usually they're in these boxes for no more than 14 hours. And they arrive safe and sound. Anyways, Joanne, hope you enjoy your new pastel calico, and I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot.